back to you guys. This is WB2GMY.
W2JBL Mobile.
Hello, Chris. I hear you're mobile. How are you?
Good. You guys are strapping in here. I'm working on my mobile install because I'm going away in a few days. What's my signal like down there, Brett and Paul?
10 over S9. The noise level's about a 3 or a 4. You're really quite strapping.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say about the same, Chris. Doing very well. Looking forward to hearing you in the car there.
Paul, you hearing me down there? W3VJB, W2JBL Mobile doing a drive-by.
Yeah, I actually doubled with you to give you a 10 over 9 report from Annapolis, Chris. You're doing quite well.
Wow, excellent. Well, I'm sitting out here in the rain, idling, and I'm all wet. I've been working for a while. I put this thing away, but thank both of you guys for the excellent signal reports. I'm really surprised. Running the ARC 5 with 75 watts or so. Catch you guys later. Many thanks for the reports. N2DTS, WA3VJB, the other station I can't copy, W2JBL Mobile.
Okay, Chris. Well, that's good audio for a mobile. Really, it's cutting audio. Very punchy, good stuff for the mobile transmitter. For somewhat weak signal, and that's pretty good for. I guess it's pretty good for a mobile transmitter. 70 watts. That's more than typical. Anyway, Paul, this is the FTDX10 with the M70 desk mic, and there is a little bit of EQ I did in the radio. There's a 3-band parametric equalizer, and I've opted for more, I guess, audio like Chris has. Since it doesn't go really high in the high frequency stuff, I've kind of boosted what it does have down there, and I've kind of tried to cut the mud frequencies a little bit. And listening in, other receivers, I don't think it sounds that bad. You might comment on how you think it actually sounds. It would be interesting to get somebody with a 7300 on and compare what that's like, between audio of both radios. So I'll turn it over to you there real quickly, Paul, for a critique of the FTDX10. WA3VJB, with Chris doing the drive-by, literally, and WB2GMY from N2DTS.
Okay, Brett. N2DTS in the group WA3VJB, Annapolis at the top of the hour, just past the hour. Well, I don't think the equalization change that you made had the desired effect, because what it wound up doing is exaggerate the mid-range. And by that I mean it does not have clarity, it does not have the sibilance, the high-end response that helps with distinguishing the syllables. And the low end is rolled off, but it seems to be at the expense of an exaggerated frequency around 2500 or so. It makes it sound like this, where if you were to talk through a paper towel tube, it has that kind of a characteristic to it, where I don't get that immediate impression from an IC 7300 that otherwise has not been adjusted or anything. Somebody who happens along an AM QSO and checks in with us, I have never heard that kind of emphasis. So that's my first readout, Brett. Break.
Okay. Well, let me I have to go in and see if I can turn the EQ off and just look at it, what it sounds like in the basics.
Yeah, that's probably a fairer comparison, because most people aren't going to have the wherewithal to get in there like you did and adjust it.
Okay, this is no EQ at all, just the desk mic into the radio. It sounds. What did you say? It sounds better?
It sounds more natural, but it's still muffled. I'm listening to you in a fairly generous passband, and it's got no high end whatsoever.
Huh. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. All right, I'll go back to the screen modulated rig. I'll have to play around with it. Thanks for the critical report. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, and you know, critical in this case is not a complaint. It's just a characteristic that I'm trying to get across that I'm hearing. I made a recording of it, too. I can play it, and you can hear it in relation to my own, or Chris's, as a matter of fact. He did have Motorola audio. That's what I'll call it. My good old HT220 had that kind of piercing, highly intelligible audio that Chris was putting across with his ARC 5. So, yeah, it was very effective. It really was. John, that's what we've been up to, is messing with audio characteristics here. So let me kick it over to you for some comments, if you were able to get that on your IC735. WB2GMY in the group WA3VJB. Go ahead, John.
Hey, hello, one and all. Sounding good here, Paul. W0 voice mod carrier.
Hey, Robert.
This is WB2GMY. Well, Paul, your audio sounds like it has a little bit more in the way of highs, and Brett's audio sounds fine, good strong signal here. It's just a little bit more mellow, you know, like maybe the highs have been rounded off a little bit or attenuated a little bit, but otherwise very intelligible, very nice audio that Brett's putting out. So Chris's call is at Whiskey 2 Juliet Bravo Lima. He was in there briefly as a mobile, and it's very fascinating, the ARC 5. I have a couple of ARC 5s down at my sister's QTH on Long Island, and one of them, I think next time I go down there, I want to bring it up with me. It's interesting modulating the ARC 5. I'm just wondering what it's using to modulate it, whether it's a screen grid-type modulation or Heising or plate modulation. I'm just wondering what scheme he's using to modulate the ARC 5. If I were to fire up this ARC 5 that I got, I'm probably just using that CW. It's the 40-meter version from what I recall. That's pretty neat. You don't really hear too many ARC 5s, at least not in this day and age. Okay, so I'll turn it back to you guys, whoever's next. This is WB2GMY.
Yeah, I heard Robert in there, W0VMC. Go ahead, Robert, introduce yourself. You got John in there near Binghamton, New York.